Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive to help you with learning English?
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so today we're going to try to help you buy a used bicycle in English.
Sounds good.
This is a situation you might actually find yourself in.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm Alec,
I'm Alex.
and today's deep dive is negotiating a secondhand sale. You found a bike you like online. Now it's time to talk to the seller.
Okay.
Let's see how the conversation might go. Imagine you see a bike you like online. Now you need to talk to the person selling the bike.
All right.
I'll be the buyer,
Okay.
and you be the seller.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. Is the bicycle still available? I saw the ad yesterday.
Yes, it's available. Are you interested?
I am. But the price seems a bit high for a used one.
It's in excellent condition. I only used it for a few months.
I see. Would you consider lowering the price to $150?
$150 a bit low. How about $180?
All right, $180 sounds fair. When can I pick it up?
Tomorrow afternoon works for me. Does that suit you?
Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. Great. See you tomorrow.
Wow, that felt like a real conversation.
Yeah.
But let's slow it down and look at some of the key phrases and vocabulary.
Sounds good. Some of those phrases might be new for you.
Right. Okay, first let's look at a few important words.
All right.
Available. That's a good one to know.
Right. Available means you can get it. It's ready. Like the bike, it's ready to be bought. Is the bike still available?
So if you want to know if you can buy something or go somewhere, you can ask, is it available?
Yeah.
Like, is the blue shirt available? Or are there any tickets available?
Exactly. You got it. Another important word is condition.
Right. Condition means how something is. If the bike is in good condition, it means it's not broken.
Exactly. So if someone tells you the bike is in excellent condition, that means it's almost like new. And it's not just for bikes. You can use it for anything you buy. Like if you buy a used book, you can ask, what condition is the book in?
Good point. Condition is a very useful word to know.
Absolutely.
Okay, one more word. Fair. Like when I said $180 sounds fair, what did that mean?
Fair means the price is good. It's not too high. It's okay for the buyer and the seller. So $180 sounds fair means you're happy with that price.
So if you're buying something and you think the price is good, you can say, that sounds fair. Like if you buy a sandwich for $5, you can say, that sounds fair.
Perfect. You're getting it.
Hmm.
Now let's look at some of the phrases we used.
Okay, sounds good. What about, would you consider lowering the price? That feels like a really useful phrase.
Yes, that's a great way to ask for a lower price. It's polite, and it shows that you're interested in buying the bike. Let's hear it again. Would you consider lowering the price?
Would you consider lowering the price? It almost sounds like a question, doesn't it?
You're right, it does. But it's a polite way to ask for a better price. You're not saying the price is too high. You're asking nicely if they can lower it a bit.
Would you consider lowering the price? It's good to remember that phrase.
Yes. And you can use it in other situations too. Like if you're at a market, you can use it to try to get a lower price on some fruit.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
You can also use this phrase when you're at a store and you see something that's a little bit too expensive. Would you consider lowering the price?
Exactly.
If you are enjoying this deep dive into buying a used bike and learning how to negotiate, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. We'll be back with more useful tips and phrases to help you sound more confident when you're speaking English.
Okay, so we've looked at some important words
Right.
and a very useful phrase for starting a negotiation.
Uh-huh.
But what happens next?
Okay.
What if the seller doesn't like your price?
That's a good question. In our conversation, I offered you $150 for the bike.
Right.
And what did you say?
I said, $150 is a bit low. How about $180?
Okay.
I gave you a different price.
Right. You made a counteroffer. That's when the seller gives you a new price.
Right.
What's important to remember about counteroffers?
First, don't worry. It's normal. The seller wants to get a good price for the bike.
Uh-huh.
You want to pay a fair price.
Right.
So you talk about it. It's like a conversation.
Okay.
You say a price. The seller says a price. You can go up a little.
Okay.
The seller can come down a little.
It's like a little dance.
Yeah,
You move closer and closer until you find a price you both like.
exactly. But be careful. In some places, it's not polite to go back and forth too much.
Oh.
But in other places, it's normal.
I
You need to watch and listen to see what people do.
Okay, so what should I say if I get a counteroffer?
Yeah.
Like, what if I don't want to pay $180 for the bike?
You can make another offer. For example, you could say, okay, how about $170?
Okay.
You're going up a little, but not all the way to $180.
So it's a back and forth.
Yeah.
How about $170?
Yes. That's a good phrase to use. How about? Then you say your price.
Okay.
But maybe you don't want to say, how about, all the time.
Well, that's a good question.
What else can you say?
What are some other ways to make a counteroffer?
You could say, I could go as high as $170.
Mm.
That means you won't pay more than $170.
Right.
Or you could say, would you meet me in the middle at $170?
Meet me in the middle. I like that. It's like
Yeah.
we're working together to find a good price.
Exactly. Negotiating is about working together to make a deal.
Yeah.
It's not about fighting.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So we've learned how to ask for a lower price and how to make counteroffers.
Right.
What if we just can't agree on a price?
That's okay. Sometimes you can't find a price that works for both people.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can say, thank you for your time, but I think I'll pass for now.
So I'll pass for now. That's a polite way to say no, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're being polite, but you're also being clear.
Yeah.
You don't want the bike at that price.
Fine.
It's okay to walk away. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
But you know what? Even if you don't buy the bike,
Yeah.
you practiced your English.
Right.
That's good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every time you speak English, you get better.
Uh-huh.
So don't be afraid to try. Remember, would you consider lowering the price?
Yeah.
How about price?
Good.
I could go as high as price.
Yep.
Would you meet me in the middle at price? I
Mhm.
think I'll pass for now.
Those are all great phrases to remember.
Yeah.
Practice them a few times.
Okay.
You'll be surprised how easy it is to remember them.
Right.
If you like what we're doing, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps.
It does.
We'll be back in a moment to wrap up this deep dive.
So we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about keywords like available, condition, and fair.
Uh-huh.
We also practiced some really useful phrases for negotiating a better price.
Right. Like, would you consider lowering the price? That's your go-to phrase to start the negotiation.
Exactly. And we talked about what to do if the seller makes a counteroffer.
Right.
Like you could say, how about price?
Yeah.
Or I could go as high as price.
Yeah, those are good ones.
And if you really want to find a good price together, you can say, would you meet me in the middle at price?
Right. It shows you're willing to work together.
Yeah. Those are all great phrases to have in your back pocket. But
Yeah.
our whole conversation was online.
Right.
What if you were buying a bike from someone face to face? Would you say the same things?
That's a good question. You know, maybe you'd be a little more careful about how you say things in person. Maybe you would smile more.
Yeah, body language is important when you're talking face to face.
Exactly.
And maybe, I don't know, you wouldn't try to get the price down as much if you were talking to them face to face. It might feel a little awkward to haggle in person.
Yeah, it might.
But even if you don't use all the same phrases, the basic ideas are the same.
Yeah.
You want to be polite, you want to be clear, and you want to find a price that works for both of you.
Absolutely.
So whether you're buying a bike online or in person, the most important thing is to practice speaking English.
That's the key.
The more you speak, the more confident you'll become.
You got it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning a new language. The important thing is to keep practicing, keep learning.
Well said. I think that wraps up our deep dive on buying a used bicycle in English.
I hope you found it helpful.
And remember, if you like this episode and you want to hear more tips and tricks for learning English, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back soon with another deep dive. Until then, happy learning, everyone.
Thanks Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.